Welcome back. Coach Jason back at you for another one, or you could just call me Jason. So, Alexander Usyk versus Anthony Joshua. You seen it. I seen it. Let's talk about it. I think the world is shocked right now. Some are not shocked, but even if you predicted Usyk to win, you probably didn't think he was going to win as convincingly as he did. We knew he was going to outbox him, but he controlled the fight all the way through. And I think this sent a message all the way through the heavyweight division, right? Usyk is here to stay. He showed great ability to stand in the pocket and fight Joshua. I'm impressed. I think he's the heavyweight Lomachenko. I said it. Everybody else said it too, but he's the heavyweight Lomachenko. He moves so well. He uses angles, his footwork, the work rate. I mean, what else could you say? He fought the perfect fight and he took it to him right from the very beginning. There was no feeling out period. There was no, dance around the big man kind of tactic, which you would expect a smaller man to do. He stood there right from the beginning and said, I'm taking the fight to you. You got to respond to me. And he did well at it. Now, in terms of Anthony Joshua, what I noticed right off the bat that I didn't notice at the weigh-ins is that he looked really slim. Slimmer than I would think you would want to be against a guy who's smaller, Yeah, I think the idea was probably you want to be able to, go to, have the pace, be able to, pick up the pace with the smaller man and be able to move around if you needed to. But I think he came in a little too light. He just didn't seem like he was gonna have the physique to overpower Usyk at any point, and maybe that was the mistake in the game plan, was that, he should have came in with more of a bully mentality. He wasn't going to be able to just purely outbox Usyk, but maybe you could box good enough. And I said that in my pre-fight analysis video, you box good enough to be able to force Usyk to do something he's not comfortable with, to be landing, and then you can land big shots, or you land big shots, make him make mistakes, and then land big shots again, right? Your bully mentality, right? Chisora kind of did it to some extent and has some success in his fight with Usyk. You think that Joshua would have even better success because he could also box better than Chisora, but he didn't have the frame, it seems, or the attitude, because even with that frame, he could probably still do it. But, if you're drained and you're not yourself, you're probably not fully equipped to do it, So that's what I noticed. But on the flip side of that, Anthony Joshua didn't fight a bad fight, right? He fought pretty well. When you really look at just how he fought, he did exactly what Usyk did, just Usyk did it much better than he did, because that's Usyk's game, He played into Usyk's style too much instead of imposing his own will on Usyk. And Usyk is just the better magician, right? He's the better boxer. He's the better technician in there when it comes to doing that, having that style of playing in the pocket, using a lot of punches. AJ showed he could do it, right? He did it against Ruiz, and he tried to do it with Usyk, but Usyk is just that much far and away better at it, and it's not even close. So Usyk wins the fight unanimously. He takes the 3 major belts, and he's now the unified champ in the division. So what happens next? You know what? Next month, we got Wilder and Fury 3, right? So he's got to wait and see. Does he fight a rematch with Joshua? Does he exercise that clause? There's so many things up in the air right now, but it's an exciting time in the heavyweight division. I think Ak and Barack said it best. When we look back years from now in this era, we're probably going to see that this might have been one of the best eras in boxing overall. And then the heavyweight division is going to be one of those divisions we talk about, amongst the welterweights, the heavyweights, so listen, I like it. I like what's happening. Congratulations to Usyk and his team. Anthony Joshua, hold your head up. At the end of the day, when you really boil everything down to, what's been happening in the heavyweight division, Joshua's been holding up that division, with his resume, with his fights. There's been other good fights, but he has the most, well-rounded resume of all the heavyweights right now. So we have to give him credit for stepping into the fire and giving us good fights and giving us, all these years of good things to talk about. So he'll be back. It ain't over, right? And maybe he wins it again, right? Maybe he goes and gets a rematch with Usyk and he wins the title again. That would give him the distinction of fighting every man he's faced and winning the belts twice. Or 3 times, right? He won it initially. So he will win it for a 3rd time, right? So let's see. I mean, kudos to everybody involved. And I can't wait to see what else happens. So let me know your thoughts on the fight. Did you see it? If you saw it, what did you think? What do you think happens next with Usyk and AJ and everything else in the heavyweight division? So till then, see ya.